Mr. Brown.
Trying to tell you, bro. And they will stop you, bro. They will stop you because, yo, when you get a vision and you know that this is what you need to get to that vision and do what you got to do, right? Only you know that. Everybody else doesn't know that. Everybody else wasn't given the drive to do so. Everybody else is sitting there cucking their fucking heads around and doing absolute dog with their life. And then you taking advice from these average motherfuckers? No. Fuck them. Your standard needs to be at the highest potential of possible for yourself. And if you've never reached there, bro, you should be climbing every fucking day to get there. You need to go to the gym, you need to read, you need to do all these things that push you and elevate you to the next level. It's hard, but is it worth it? Totally, bro. And then what's cool, the coolest shit to me, bro, is when you fall off your hi-hat, all you have to do is open up your phone, buddy, and look at some pictures and videos of who that was. And who's that person? You. You don't have to lean on the influence of people. You don't got to look at your favorite influencer. You don't got to look at nobody. You look at yourself. You be like, oh, shit, I was there. I remember being there, because then your brain then triggers and you're like, oh, shit, got to get back. And it's a reality check. We were working out last night. I actually felt the slacking off that I had done for a year. It actually f***ed me up a bit. It f***ed me up a little bit. It totally did. Because I was like, yo, what? Is this how far we've come away from doing what the fuck we had to do? And realistically, it was a little more than a year, to be honest. It was a little more than a year. But this is how slow, like, you start to slow yourself down without you realizing it. That's the scariest thing to me, is that you'll get so comfortable in your new way of life that you start to slow, and you don't recognize it. You're losing altitude, but you're still coasting. So like, you're good, right? And that's why it's good when pain hits your ass and you go through some real life rattling shit, because then it sparks you again to say, what the fuck and where am I? It's like you wake up out of a coma and you're like, hey, how many fucking years went by? Oh shit. But what you don't want is that to fucking happen and you're 40. You want that to happen and you're 23 and now you're 25. Like, that's what you want. And then you get back on, and yes, now it's a game of understanding what are the triggers. Different video. Different video. What triggers me to lose altitude? That's a whole different higher level conversation. What triggers do I need to watch out for that then start my decline or my descent? Different video, but it's real. It's real. Think about those things that you do and you understand that you do, but you let yourself pass because it may be circumstantial, like you needed to. But did you really? You missed the gym because you only had 45 minutes, but if you had went for the 45 minutes, you would have been good. You might be slacking off at the gym and stay there for 2 hours, but what did you really do in those 2 hours? You going out and you're drinking, but because you were with successful people and you're successful yourself and you're good, you gave yourself a pass, right? You might have eaten too much carbs, but you know that those carbs are sugars that'll fuck you up in the long run, right? These are all things that you got to pay attention to. You got to stay in tune with your body, bro. Because your body and your mind are going to do things to you that you thought you would never betray yourself, but your mind will. You would never betray yourself, but your mind will enable your body to. So, hello, ding, ding, ding. Get control of this fucking thing up here. That's 6 inches, those 6 inches between your brain. Bro, you better fucking get control of that motherfucker, because he will destroy your life. You listen to him, destroy. It's over. It's over. And then when it's really over and you got no more breathing room, this is your last days on earth, and you can't even look over your fucking stomach to see your toes laying on your back. How the fuck? Excuse me? Yo, you should feel insulted. You should feel like you've betrayed yourself, bro, because realistically you have. You have. And no one else is gonna fucking save you from the misery that comes when your brain takes over your goddamn feelings, emotions, and body. You gotta enter your villain era. This is not time to be dilly-dallying. We do not have time. And when we don't have time, we need to understand that every second of the day is precious. So what do you do with every second of the day? You should be working your ass off to get out of the current situation that is plaguing your misery or making you go through this hardship, while at the same time being grateful for the hardship, because the hardship is training you so that when you get to the abundance of life, you can at least spread out your fucking wings and continue to soar without having to go through this decline because shit gets a little turbulence, a little rocky. That's the fucking issue. We have so much fucking pleasure, and then we hang out with so much average people, and we allow our brains to then get into this fucking cuck fuck. And we say, why are we taking life so serious? You're taking life so serious because you want to exert all of your fucking energy towards your potential and become the best fucking version of yourself. Not like these other fuckers who will go through life not knowing what the fuck a six-pack look like because they ain't work hard enough for it. The fuck? Holy shit. It's true. And then we get up in our emotions because, yo, we fell off the ball. Bro, don't get up in your emotions. Just do better. Do better. Get up when you say you're going to get up. Do what you said you was going to do. When you go to the gym and you do these things, you should be giving 110%. I remember what it felt like when I had the dog. And when I lost him, I was like, what the fuck is going on with my life? Like, where did that go? Where did that feeling go? And then some hard shit happens, right? And this is the interesting thing about the universe and life. Some hard shit will happen. And the funny thing is the universe only operates the way it knows you. Like, it's not going to give you hardship that everybody else going to go through. Because the hardship that you perceive as hard may be very easy for me. Right? The things that I perceive as hard may be very easy for you. So you got to understand that you're only going to be given the test and the things that force you to be a different human being because they are hard specifically for you. And who knows that? The universe and God will put your ass through the ringer only, and and that ringer going to be specifically catered to you. It's going to be made for you, right? So when your life starts to do this turbulence thing, or maybe you lose altitude, maybe the fucking plane crashes, but you're alive still, you got to understand that that is all because you are meant for better. You are meant for more. When you start to question what the fuck happened to me, your life will do this thing where it's going to transform you again so that you go back to your current state or of standard. Equilibrium. Life loves equilibrium. Yin and yang, bro. Life loves that. So when you feel, and this is why we say, this too shall pass, bro. When it's good, this too shall pass. When it's bad, this too shall pass. Why? Because life loves equilibrium. Stay neutral in your life. Stay neutral. Do not get overly excited. Do not get overly depressed, because as time goes on, this will go away. This will get better. You will become more. So go through the hardship. When you start to ask where that dog go, understand that life is coming for your ass. If you feel no problems right now, my boy, let me give you a life update. Your life is going to change. You might feel great, but life is going to change. Things are going to change in your life to force you to become a better human being. This shit where you on your high horse all the time and you slacking off, okay, enjoy that shit for now. But when life smack the fuck out of you and remind your ass who you really are, you better not run from that shit, because you asked for it. Fucking gallivanting around like your blood clot Superman. Who you think is? Right? It happens, bro. It happens, and it's real, and you better understand it. And when you get into these ruts and you think, oh, I made a mistake, understand that if you didn't make your mistakes, you wouldn't exist. The things that you make mistakes on, the things that are hard, the things that you feel like, oh, fuck, I made the wrong turn, bro, you wouldn't exist if you didn't. If you didn't do what you do, you wouldn't exist. Everything is a wrong turn. Understand that. Every fucking thing is a wrong turn. There are always going to be pros and cons to every decision that you ever will make in this goddamn lifetime. So when you start making these decisions, don't question what the other decision was. Just understand, when you make one decision, okay, cool, that is the only decision that was there for me to make. It was my decision. And even when it's not your decision, bro, it still is your decision, bro. The fuck am I talking about? It's always your decision. When you're influenced to make a decision, whether it be peer pressure, family pressure, girlfriend pressure, all this other pressure, bro, you're still making a decision on your behalf because it'll show you who you are. If you make a decision that you don't like and the outcome becomes something you don't like, it's because you made decisions based upon emotional factors in your life that pushed you and persuaded you to do this decision in this manner. And if you don't like that, that is because you weren't strong enough to say no. The fuck? Man up. Made a stupid decision. But does that mean that then your life is over? No, your mistakes are what they are to build you who you are. Because if you made a decision that now puts you in a bad position, that's because you need to work on a piece of your life that you were neglecting. The fuck? So realistically, did you really make a bad decision? Point in case. Go through life understanding that your mistakes are needed to become who you are. The fuck? If you don't go through hard life, bro, you're never going to be strong. If you don't go through experiences, you're never going to be wise. The fuck? If you don't go through bad times, you're not going to know what pleasure is, and vice versa. If you don't go through pleasure, you're not going to know what bad is. So it's like, bro, when you get into these ruts or these positions where life is just life in, let life, bro, and have no emotional state towards it and no reservations towards it either. Like, who gives a fuck? Do not give a solitary fuck about that shit, bro. Right? Your mistakes are your mistakes. Life will continue to go and roll. Time is not going to stop for anybody. So why the fuck are you worried about anything? Life is going to continue. Bro, if you're in a hard spot right now, give it 2 years. Great rule of thumb I heard was if it won't matter in a year, don't give it any emotional energy. If it will not matter in a year, don't give it any emotional energy. We all get so pent up and tied up into these things that won't even matter tomorrow. Won't matter the next day, won't matter in a month, won't matter in 6 months, won't matter in a year, won't matter in 5 years. Like, we all get all worked up about it for absolutely no reason and then get vexed at life. And then that being upset about the current circumstances will then fuel you and push you into a different spot that you don't want to be in. So why the fuck would you do that? Just relax and understand that life is going to roll. Right? If you haven't made it yet, you will make it as long as you continue to chug and do what the hell you got to do. It's called life. And the funny thing about life is it takes time to get to the end, but we all don't make it out of this shit alive. So you might as well fill your life with experiences and things that you want to do. And sometimes what you want to do can't be fueled until you've gone through a hard chapter. Like, and it's funny because everybody wants abundance, everybody wants big money, everybody wants life-changing experiences, everybody wants all this other shit. But can you really deal with all of that right now? And this is not to push you down or tell you need to stop being ambitious. I believe you should be as crazy ambitious as you could ever possibly think. But I want you to also understand that maybe the hardship that you may be going through, whatever that looks like for you, remember it's all different, whatever that looks like for you, maybe the reason you're going through that shit is because if you were given the abundance that you want without going through the hard times, you would destroy yourself. If you haven't experienced full freedom yet, understand that if you have full freedom and power and money and sexual selection and anything that you want, bro, life then becomes what? Nothing. If you're born into riches, they have it, you hear it all the time. People that are born into riches have it the worst simply because they have no challenge. There's nothing that what are you experiencing life for? If you can get anything you want at the drop of a dime. But if I told you there's a delay to that snap and what you want can come, but only if you do certain things, life now becomes more interesting. Video games wouldn't be fucking interesting if you had all of the perks and all the shit. No, you have to build it up, work it up. So we all get fucking frustrated with life when you go through hard times. But then in video games, we love difficult video games. Like, make sense of that. So if you understand that concept, you should also understand that your life is like a video game and you have to go through heists, challenges, and things to unlock parts of you that will then get you better advances in these certain positions and experiences, right? If you have all the money in the world, okay, cool. It's great. You might enjoy it for a couple years, maybe a decade. But at some point, you're going to have to look for a challenge in life because that's what we like. We like to go through harder things. People like to go through comfort or discomfort to find comfort. Like I said before, the only reason you know what comfort feels like is because of the discomfort. So go through it. The fuck? And time will keep rolling. So understand that if you're going through something right now, bro, time is going to roll and roll and roll and continue to go. It's not stopping for nobody, brother. Nobody. Not myself, not you, not your neighbor, not your mom, your dad, uncle, sister, cousin, brother, girlfriend, nobody. Everyone is on this blood clot timer that we all got. We all finna die, bro. So understand that if you're going through some hardship, allow that shit to roll. But also understand that it may be molding you into something better. And when you get to that something better, there's going to be another hurdle at some point that will then mold you to be a better version of yourself to get to what? The next thing. And the next thing isn't always money, riches, freedom, this, that, the third. No, sometimes the better thing is how you treat humans or how you treat the janitor. Don't let a small character change be looked over, because a small character change can open so many doors of opportunity. But you trying to skip the fucking levels, bro. You trying to put in cheat codes, nigga. All right, nigga. Let me know how that shit worked for you, bro. Boy.